Okay, so you know how we love to really get into the details? And today we're talking about something every bride-to-be needs to think about. It's
Mhm.
your wedding day, right? Everything's perfect,
Mm.
the venue's gorgeous, your dress is like a dream, all your favorite people are there. But then something happens. A button pops off your dress, or the wind messes up your makeup, or a sudden headache hits. Nobody wants to think about these things on their wedding day, but that's why we're doing this deep dive,
Right.
to help you build the ultimate wedding day emergency kit. We're using some tips from Darianna Bridal and Tuxedo. They're the experts, right?
Absolutely. They know their stuff.
So think of this as your cheat sheet to staying calm and enjoying every second.
You know, what's so interesting is how Darianna Bridal doesn't just stop at the typical first aid stuff. They're all about anticipating those little snafus that can happen on a day as emotional as a wedding.
And they're serious about this. Every bride needs a kit. Not just a few safety pins and a Band-Aid, but like a full-on collection of things. I was reading their article, and they even mentioned stuff like a crochet hook and clear nail polish. At first I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's not what you usually think of.
But then when you really think about it, those could be total lifesavers.
Oh, for sure. Especially for wardrobe malfunctions. You've got to be resourceful, adaptable,
Which is pretty much a requirement for any bride, right?
especially on their wedding day.
So let's break this down. Darianna Bridal suggests three main categories: wardrobe malfunctions, beauty SOS, and just-in-case essentials. For the wardrobe stuff, they have all the basic safety pins, a mini sewing kit, stain remover pen, but then they add things like fashion tape and a lint roller.
Oh, those are so smart.
Oh, so
Especially that fashion tape. You can use it for everything from fixing a loose hem to keeping a strapless dress in place.
it's like a secret weapon.
Yeah.
Then there's the beauty SOS, which is about more than just touch-ups. We're talking being ready for anything. Like if tears smudge your mascara or you suddenly break out or it's so hot your hair goes flat. So think makeup remover wipes, blotting papers, even eyelash glue.
If you think about the big picture, it's about making sure you feel confident and comfortable all day long. And that feeling, it really shows. When you're relaxed and confident, everyone else can enjoy themselves too.
That's so true. And speaking of everyone else, Darianna Bridal also says this kit isn't just for the bride. It's about being able to help out the whole wedding party and even guests. They even suggest mini kits for your bridesmaids, which is such a nice touch, like you've got their back.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It's like that feeling of being prepared together, being supportive, which is so important on a day that can be crazy emotional for everyone.
Exactly. And speaking of keeping things organized, Darianna Bridal has some good tips for packing your kit. They say clear containers with lids are good for different categories, and then a dedicated tote bag to keep it all together. No digging through your purse when something happens.
Oh, that's key. And it's not just about being organized, it's about delegating too. You, as the bride, shouldn't be the one in charge of this kit on your wedding day.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Seriously.
Can you imagine trying to find the eyelash glue while you're getting into your dress
Mm-hmm.
and dealing with a million other things? Bride brain is a real thing.
It is. It is.
You don't need to add emergency kit manager to the list.
Right. And speaking of timing, Darianna Bridal recommends packing your kit like 3 or 4 weeks ahead of wedding.
Oh, okay.
This gives you time to gather everything, organize it, and really think through those what-if scenarios.
Which is perfect because it's just like regular wedding planning advice. Do things early, less stress.
Exactly. Now, we've just scratched the surface of what makes a wedding day emergency kit so important.
Right. Next, we're going to dive into the specific must-have items for each category. And trust me, you might be surprised by what Darianna Bridal recommends. Okay, so we talked about the idea of the kit, but what exactly should be in this magical wedding day emergency kit?
Well, Darianna Bridal, they break it down really well. For wardrobe malfunctions, it's not just about safety pins. A mini sewing kit is a must-have. You never know when you might need a quick fix, especially with delicate fabric.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And a stain remover pen, that's a lifesaver for any spills.
Especially if you're wearing white.
Oh, absolutely.
You're mingling, someone bumps into you with a glass of red wine. Disaster averted.
Exactly. But Darianna Bridal, they go even further, which I love. They suggest things like fashion tape. It's double-sided, so you can use it to fix a hemline or keep a strapless dress in place.
Oh, that's smart.
And a lint roller. You know, even the cleanest venues can have some fuzzies floating around.
True, true. Oh, and my favorite, the crochet hook. It's not just for grandmas anymore. Think about it. A tiny button pops off, or a delicate lace detail gets snagged.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That crochet hook could save the day.
It really shows how important it is to be resourceful. and adaptable, like we said. But it's not just about the bride, right? Darianna Bridal makes it clear that this kit can help the whole bridal party, even guests.
Right, because let's be honest, everyone needs a bobby pin at some point during a wedding. That's why the Beauty SOS category is so important.
Definitely.
We're talking about being ready for anything. Tears smudging your mascara, the dance floor heat, making your hair go flat, you name it.
I love that Darianna Bridal even includes things like a travel-size dry shampoo.
Yeah.
It's a game changer, especially if it's humid or you have a long day ahead.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just a quick spritz can revive your hairstyle.
And of course, you can't forget the blotting papers to combat shine, makeup remover, wipes for touch-ups, and that magic clear nail polish for a run in your stockings.
Always a good idea when there's dancing involved.
Exactly.
You know, this category really highlights how important it is to feel confident and comfortable all day long. Because when you feel good, it shows, and it creates a more relaxed atmosphere for everyone.
So true. Now let's move on to the just-in-case essentials. This is the stuff you might not think of right away, but you'll be so glad you have it.
Right, it's about thinking ahead, those little discomforts that can pop up, especially when you're busy and excited.
So we're talking pain relievers,
Yeah.
antacids for those pre-wedding jitters, maybe one too many celebratory drinks,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
eye drops, allergy medications, especially for outdoor weddings, and breath mints. Can't forget those.
Important for those close-up photos.
Definitely.
And Darianna Bridal really emphasizes hydration. Plenty of water on hand, especially if it's warm or you're dancing a lot.
Yes, staying hydrated is so key. Dehydration can sneak up on you.
It really can.
And of course, no emergency kit is complete without a phone charger these days.
Yeah.
Got to capture those memories.
Absolutely. It's like having a little toolkit for handling life's little surprises.
Which is a valuable skill beyond the wedding day, really.
That's true.
But what I love most about this whole concept, it's not about expecting things to go wrong.
Right.
It's about shifting your mindset from anxiety to empowerment.
I love that. It's like saying, I've got this no matter what.
Exactly.
And that confidence lets you relax and really enjoy your wedding day without worrying about those little what ifs.
So true. And it goes beyond just the bride, too. It's about creating that supportive and prepared environment for everyone.
Speaking of support, let's go back to that idea of delegating.
Oh, right. We can't stress this enough. The bride should not be the keeper of the emergency kit on her wedding day. Seriously, picture this. You're about to walk down the aisle, and you realize your eyelash is coming unglued. You don't want to be digging through that tote bag trying to stay calm.
No way, that's way too much stress right before the ceremony.
Right.
That's why having someone else, like your maid of honor, be the kit keeper is so important.
So you can just focus on the moment, you know?
Yeah, soak it all in.
And they'll be a hero to anyone who needs help.
Yeah.
A stain, a headache, someone needs a breath mint. Your kit keeper is there to save the day.
Exactly. It's all about sharing the responsibility and the support, which really fits with the whole idea of a wedding, right?
Totally. And that brings us to something Darianna Bridal talks about. This idea that the emergency kit is about more than just the stuff inside.
It's about that feeling of being prepared, right? Knowing you've thought of everything so you can just enjoy the day.
They even say having the kit isn't about being pessimistic or expecting things to go wrong. It's about shifting your mindset from anxiety to empowerment.
That's so powerful.
It really is.
Taking control of what you can control.
Right.
So you can let go of the things you can't. That kind of thinking, being able to adapt and go with the flow, that's a good skill to have, not just for your wedding day.
Yeah, for life in general.
Exactly.
We talked about the practical stuff, the items, the organization, delegating. But there's something deeper here, too. This kit, it represents that spirit of community and taking care of each other. You know, what makes a wedding so special?
Yeah, it shows you're not alone. You're surrounded by people who love you.
And even when those little uh-oh moments happen,
You know you can handle it.
it's like a reminder that you have support.
Exactly.
That feeling of belonging and connection, that's what makes those memories so special.
Absolutely. So to our listener, as you start planning your wedding, remember, a well-prepared bride is a confident, radiant bride. And that confidence, it doesn't just come from the dress or the venue. It comes from knowing you have a plan, even for those unexpected moments.
Think of this kit as an investment in your peace of mind. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about having a safety net so you can really enjoy the best parts of your wedding day.
And remember, this is just a starting point. If you have any must-have items you'd add to your kit, we'd love to hear about them. Share your wisdom and help us create a resource for all the brides to be out there.
Because at the end of the day, it's about celebrating love, supporting each other, and making those unforgettable memories.
Until next time, happy planning.